Let's get ready to check out the top 5 communities in North Central Massachusetts. Hey everyone, my name is Matt Swierk and I'm a local real estate expert right here in the state of Massachusetts with the Legacy Star team powered by Keller Williams Realty. Now, if this is the first time you come to our channel, welcome. For the people that hit the subscribe button, click the bell, they got notified that we made a new video, so they're back. So welcome back. What is this channel all about? Oh my gosh, we talk everything from eating, sleeping, drinking, playing. Today we're talking about the top 5 communities in central Massachusetts. So you have questions, we have answers. Reach out to us any way that you feel appropriate. We'll get back to you as quick as we can. We appreciate the support on the channel. One thing you have to remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back. All right, so today we're talking about the top 5 communities in central Massachusetts. Of course, I have to keep saying 5, right? So the first question I think I have to answer is, where is central Massachusetts? Well, centrally located. Yeah, dad jokes, I got tons of them. It is really, it encompasses, of course, the middle part of our state. Mostly Worcester County, northern Worcester County, and a little bit of northwest Middlesex County. So if you look at a map, it's kind of like right in the middle there. That's why it's central Massachusetts, and I can make the silly dad jokes, right? I almost said stupid. I yell at my kids. I'm like, don't say that word. They get to swear. So this is a PG channel, but they've heard me swear, unfortunately. So the first one we want to talk about is Harvard, Massachusetts, right? This is not where the Harvard College is. This is not where you're going to go park your car in Harvard Yard, right? This is an interesting place right off of Route 2. This was rated as one of the #1 best places to buy a home in the Boston area. So we got a lot of information from niche.com. They did this great report card, and I said, I'm just going to grab all this. And we're going to promote it live for our community. All of the communities that we talk about were graded an A+ by niche. So these are great places. Harvard, to me, it's kind of a little bit of a sleeper community. It's an area that I think of that's definitely more rural. It's funny because when they got graded a C+ for nightlife, and I was like, how did they get rated for that? Because I wouldn't even, like, nightlife, I would just kind of, scribble off there. However, I'm a kid from the city, so I'm thinking of like nightclubs and bang, 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 all the action, right? That's anything outside of Boston. I mean, you got Worcester, you got Waltham, you got all these places that definitely have some good nightlife to them. But, I live in a small town, like our nightlife is going to be zero. So, but that's my interpretation of it. And that's what this channel's all about. So Harvard's great place as far as schools are concerned. They got an A+ rating. They got an A- rating as far as crime, an A- as far as housing. Good for families, they were rated an A+. And they were actually rated B as far as diversity, which I absolutely love. Now, of course, in the real estate space, we like to identify what that market looks like. Their average home is valued at just under $580,000. So as far as they were rated out of the best suburbs to buy a home in Massachusetts, they got second out of 194 communities that they rated. And they got 9 out of 194 for the best suburbs to raise a family. Average income over there is about $170,000, and I'm not going to go too deep on this because we got a lot to just go over today, and we want to be quick. They got this amazing place called the Fruitlands Museum. They have an amazing place called the Oxbow National Wildlife Refuge, and then I had to pick this one out. It wasn't on the top of the list, but I had to pick this one out. They have the Harvard Alpaca Ranch. Fun fact, one of the first houses I owned was on 4 acres in one of the suburbs, and we were going to get alpacas, and then, we're going to buy an alpaca, and they said, no, they're herd animals, you got to get at least 2, and I'm like, all right, never mind, I'm not doing that, we'll get chickens, and I heard about chickens and lice, so I was like, yeah, forget it. And being in the suburbs, someone told me, they're like, if you get chickens, the hawks you have, the foxes you have, like, your little chickens, gone. And I was like, forget it, not doing that. So I'm not a farmer, right? I'm a city guy. The next place is Westborough. And Westborough holds a place near and dear to my heart because some of you may or may not know this. However, my wife is Korean. And we go to this amazing place in Westborough called the Korean Westborough restaurant. It's awesome for any of those that like to try different things. They have this amazing goat stew. Oh my gosh. I went to Jamaica years and years and years ago, and one of the funny things they said is, you'll see lots of goats walking around the street. They said, don't pet them, eat them. I said, what? They said, yeah, that's our food source. Not all of them. So if you're looking for something different, that goat stew has all these different vegetables. You can add this spicy sauce to it. It comes with this like sesame oil dipping with pepper. Oh, I'm gonna start drooling. It's close to lunchtime as I'm making this video. We're not talking about restaurants in Westborough, but I had to bring that place up. So they were brought in as the second best places to live in Worcester County. Again, A+ overall rating. Public schools have an A+ rating. The crime and safety, they were rated as a B. Housing was rated as a B. Their nightlife was an A-. They have some things that, again, if I start, my interpretation of nightlife is, kind of Vegas and all these big clubs. You're not going to get that around here. Even in downtown Boston, we don't have that. This is, we have nightlife, but again, everyone has a different feeling of it. But there's definitely things to do there. There's a lot going on. A+ for families and diversity, they were graded as an A. There's pretty big place. They got about 19,000 people over there. Lots of nice parks, restaurants, coffee shops. Average income over there is about $483,000. As far as some of their rankings, in Massachusetts, not just Central Mass, but in Massachusetts, 22 out of 345 communities. They were number 22 for the best places with the public schools. They were ranked 38 of the best places overall to live in Massachusetts. Average income over there is $119,000. They have a couple cool places. There's more than a couple, but we're just going fast and furious, like I keep saying. They have the Cold Harbor Brewery. So awesome beer, snacks. They even have coffee over there. So go to a brewery, get a beer, get a coffee, you're good to go. Another cool place they have over there, these are kind of popping up not all over the place, but kind of here and there. They have an indoor, it's called the Indoor Golf for Golf Entertainment, and it's virtual golfing. There's a bar there, so that's a really fun thing to do. So that's some of the nightlife that's over there. You can go have a bunch of drinks and smack some balls around without them going, 300 yards and hitting someone on the other hole. Yes, I've done that before. Not because I was drinking, just because I'm a bad golfer. So, I shouldn't say that. I'm a great golfer. I'm a great golfer. This is my year. I'm actually going to take lessons. All right. This one, I definitely look at this like, yeah, you want to talk some good nightlife, like it's here and it's right next door. What am I talking about? Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. So Shrewsbury, they were ranked number 3 for the best places to live in Worcester County. They had all the communities, like I said, A+ rating as far as their grade. Public schools, A+ rating. Crime and safety, B+ rating. Housing, B+ rating. Nightlife, A-. Good for families, A+. Diversity, A-, right? We always love to see that high diversity number. Over in Shrewsbury, there's about close to 38, well, a little bit over 37,500. You want to get exact? As the census, it was 37,683 people lived in Shrewsbury. Okay, that number's changed. Of course, it always changes. There is there's lots of places here. There's lots of restaurants here. Like I was talking about, as far as the nightlife is concerned, right next to Worcester. So there's a lot that's going on there. So Worcester is not one of the top places to live in Worcester County. For a plethora of reasons. However, Worcester has just become, if you've known Massachusetts for a long time, Worcester has really made a big turn and they're doing great things there. We won't get into Worcester because it's not on the list, even though it's Worcester County. All right, don't want to confuse you too much. The real estate values over there, $434,000 for the medium home. They were ranked 22 out of 410 communities for the best places to buy a home, 28 out of 345 communities for the best public schools, and 40 out of 413 communities for the best places to live in Massachusetts. So average income over there is about $109,000 a year. They have a great winery over there called the Broken Creek Winery. Definitely a nice place to go visit, to kind of hang out. And of course, you can have a couple drinks there. I don't know if they make any non-alcoholic wine. I don't know if that exists. I don't know. I'm not much of a wine drinker. But another one that's really amazing over there, you got to go to the Herbert's Candy Mansion. They got all kinds of funky candy. They got a great gift shop. My kids love to hear the idea of going to a candy place. My daughter wants to go to a place in Arizona, and it's like a giant warehouse that's just like all kinds of candy. And I'm like, all right, I was a kid once. I guess I was all excited about candy. Even though, you know what? My mom, growing up, my snacks, I remember in the Tupperware containers, we had cut up celery sticks and carrot sticks. Those were my snacks. And all my friends had like Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles and all these amazing cereals. We had Kix, we had Life cereal, we had Cinnamon Life. That was our big sugary cereal. So it's interesting because as I got out of the house, I was like, wait a minute, I can eat junk food? And guess what happened? That freshman 15 turned into like freshman 115 because I was like, oh my gosh, I can eat whatever I want to. This is amazing. I can have snacks. I can have candy. I'm free. All right, so wonder where my daughter gets it. Okay, so Northborough. Guys, I've only had 2 cups of coffee here. Okay, so Northborough, number 4 for the best places to live in Worcester County. Again, A+ rating. Now, I said it, gonna say it, we'll just keep saying it. I'm a parrot. Repeat. No, I'm just kidding. Public schools, they got an A+ rating. Their crime and safety is a B rating. Housing is a B+. They have an A+ for good for families, and their diversity was graded at a B. About 15,000 people over there. Lots of green space. The population, we already talked about that. The average income over there a little bit higher. It's about 451,000. Northborough's population is just a little hint over 15,000. This kind of has this sparse suburban feel to it. Most of the residents own their home. A lot of these communities, people don't rent there. Most people own their homes, and again, great for families, young professionals. The real estate values are about 451,000 over there. Ranked 25 out of 410 places in Massachusetts to buy a home. 29 out of 345 places as far as the state of Massachusetts. 54 out of 413 communities as far as the best places to live in Massachusetts. So average income is about 140,000 over there. They got the Tagus family farm. We've been there, great place. It's an orchard, it's a farm, all kinds of walking trails. It's one of those places you bring the kids, they have all little activities, throughout the year, so that's a lot of fun. And of course, one place that I love that they have not this place specifically, but I love the idea of paint your own pottery. They have a studio in there, and that's just, that's a great thing. I love that. Another fun fact about Matt Swierk, I'm 3 credits shy of a ceramics minor. I took ceramics. That's a whole other story. So you want to know about that one, reach out. I'll make a funny little video about my experiences and my artistic ability, or my lack thereof, as identified by my professor, Mrs. Tucker. I love you, babe. Okay, so Corderville, Massachusetts, last one on our list. This was actually ranked as the #1 best place to raise a family in Worcester County. So I don't want people to get confused, because I am jumping back and forth as far as Worcester County, but then I'm giving some data as far as the state overall as well. So I'm talking fast and furious. I'm all fired up, so you might be confused anyway. Sorry, I'm fired up. Okay, so public schools, they got a rating. I was gonna say a grading, whatever, same thing. They're rated with an A+. It is a grading. It's a grading of a rating. Rating of a grading. Crime and safety. They didn't have numbers in here, and it's a small part there. So I was kind of confused on why that wasn't there. I didn't want to go deep down the rabbit hole. I figured, you know what, Corderville's a place a lot of people haven't heard of. So I would imagine if people would hear, like, yeah, like I've heard of Shrewsbury, I've heard of a couple of these. Housing, they got an A-. Again, their nightlife is graded as a C. There's not a lot going on there. Diversity is a B-. The reason why there's not a lot of data here, there's about 2,800 people that live in this little part here. So definitely a rural feel to there. 167,000. What I was supposed to say, not supposed to say, what I wanted to say is the real estate values are about 600 and just shy of 615,000. So very close there. You have Hopkinton State Park, amazing place with beautiful walking trails. We've been there. We actually spent I think it was a Mother's Day we spent there. Did a little cookout, and it was so much fun. They also have the Hola restaurant and tequila bar, right? Yeah, did you know I speak Spanish? Hola, ¿cómo estás? All right, so who doesn't love the sound of a good Latin restaurant with tequila shots? Everybody does, right? I stopped drinking. I even love that name, right? So tequila was one of the reasons I stopped drinking. Okay, so anyway, there you go. Top 5 communities, Central Massachusetts. Yeah, sometimes I gotta take a breath. I'm like, what's going on here? I just get so fired up. I gotta tell you, one of the main reasons I was so fired up, I'm remote. This is gonna be sent to Tyler. He'll do his magic and put it all together. I was lucky enough to get on a call right before him. We had an amazing conversation. So he just brought my energy up through the roof. And I'm like, yeah, here we go, Tyler. I can't wait. I'm just about to fire off the video for you. So there you go as far as central Massachusetts. There's a lot more there. We're going to look to get into some of the specific communities and highlight them a little bit more and kind of talk about what they're all about. We like to do a lot of overviews because otherwise, and quick overviews because things can get really messy fast if you've seen the other videos. So whether you're coming here to rent, you want to buy a house, you have someone that's going to be coming here because they want to go to school, they want to come visit, they just want to know about certain things like, hey, how do I drive in the snow? I love those questions when we get those that come through. Reach out to us. We'll get back to you as quick as possible. Sometimes, and I always say this, sometimes things get bogged down or things get sent to different emails or things get lost in the shuffle. We still love you. It's not because we're ignoring you. Things happen. We always ask for grace. We appreciate the support. You got to remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back.